Hello and welcome. In front of me I have the Avengers Infinity War S.H.Figuarts Captain America. Now I've been putting the Avengers Infinity War figures off for quite some time, but now I'm on it. So hopefully I'll get through the whole entire range. So in front of me is the Captain America figure. It's actually pretty bare bones for a figure in general, in my opinion, but I'll go through it nonetheless. I'm going to go through the very minimal optional parts that he has and the accessory, then I'll go through the figure. So I'm going to push the figure just to the side a little bit and then show you the hand. So you just saw he comes with two default fist hands, which is pretty typical of most action figures. And then he comes with one extra pair of hands like this. And these are an open palm hand with the gloves on them. The gloves look pretty good, nice brown, and then the textured brown in the palm area, if you can see there. It looks quite good. And then the holes on the knuckles. Got a beat for people to get fresh blood on his knuckles. Just showing off like that, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, the hands look good, gloves look good, detail is pretty nice. Then he does come with a second pair of hands, and this one is to grip the bonus spear that he also comes with, which I'll get to in just a moment. So I've already applied one hand to the spear. This is the other hand, so you can use both hands to wield the spear. Same glove design, same sort of detail, looks good. And then here's the spear with the right hand already attached to it. So this is pretty much just one solid piece of metallic gold painted spear. And sorry, it's not focusing, so I'll cover Captain America. But here we go. Yeah, so it's just a spear with minimal detailing up to the top of the blade. This bit is kind of pointy, but I feel it might be too it's not sensitive, but yeah, just don't be too rough with it so you don't snap that off. And his hand can go there and along the rest of the shaft. Pretty basic spear, in all honesty. He doesn't come with his gauntlet shield, Wakandan shield, sadly. I'm not sure why they skipped out on that, and hopefully they won't try and release a second version with that as an update. I'd rather have that as an accessory pack, but who knows. Onto the figure itself. So like I said, he doesn't come with a lot, sadly. So the figure, actually, well, this is Chuck Norris, really. It's not Chris Evans, is Chuck Norris. But no, actually, seriously, I don't think it's a great face paint in general. It kind of looks like him from a distance. If you squint your eyes a bit, then sure, I kind of get where you're going with the face. But really, on first look, it just looked a lot like a young Chuck Norris. So that aside then, going into the further details, he's got metallic brownish copper hair, bronzish hair applied to him. I'm not sure why it's metallic, maybe for that grease look, and just to kind of show more metallicness. When you take his head off, it comes in two pieces actually. So you get a mullet piece down here. You'll see it's in gold. Underneath there too is also in gold. So that was just an interesting thing I found out. You don't necessarily need to take the head off, not like it comes with any optional head parts, but that was just to kind of show you. Anyway, further detailing then. So he's wearing that weathered Captain America suit that he has in the movie, of course. So there's a bit of weathering effect on the thigh area, a bit dark, dirty look there. Strangely, I want to get out of the way, but the figure feels a bit weird in my hand, like in terms of the texture. It just felt a little bit, I don't know, it felt dirty for some reason to me. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks with me, but that's how I felt it. Anyway, so he's got the darkened bit across his chest. No star. Well, the star shape is there, but no actual silver star anymore. And then the darkened white and red areas. Everything's just a darker shade. Just the blue probably looks about the same. The back and the straps. Sculpting is pretty good on this figure. I like it. The belt and all that looks good. But I'm not convinced that just having the dirt and weathered look just on the thighs and just kind of, that doesn't even look really that weathered. It is kind of, it could be better. Let's just say that could be better. Boots look good though. I like the bottom of his boots. The sole's nicely detailed. That's what you kind of expect from some sort of army type dude, right? Those kind of boots. Good detailing. And then the buckles too. Buckles aren't painted silver or anything. They're just sculpted and then all one color of a very greyish brown. So that's pretty much the detail of this Captain America. The beard, by the way, is also a metallic sort of bronzish color. But yeah, I mean, okay, maybe there he kind of looks like Chris Evans, but yeah, it's still Chuck Norris to me. In terms of likeness to the previous Captain Americas. So I only ever opened the very first Captain America that came out. I can't remember exactly. I think that might be the Avengers Age of Ultron one. I think some of this Captain America is actually very similar, if not the same sculpt as the Captain America from Civil War that came out. So I think the boots might be similar to that. So if you have that Captain America, then you may not necessarily want this one. Because remember, this one doesn't come with a shield. It doesn't even come with Wakandan shields. It's a different shade of color for the movie likeness. And yeah, no mask or helmet kind of look to him. Anyway, that aside, let's move on to the articulation then. So he can't look up a huge deal. Kind of show you that there. And then you can look down like so. It's from the joint in the neck too, but also here. I'll show you from the front way. There you see the lower part of the neck. Tilt his head side to side, and then look both directions. The arm, then you can move the shoulder around. Sometimes it pops off, but maybe that's a one-off thing that happened. And then he's got the butterfly joint that pulls forward. I'll show you both arms, and then you can pretty much touch his fists, drive a car, that sort of thing. He doesn't have upper upper bicep swivel. Bit of his disappointment, but yeah, it is what it is. And for the double jointed elbow, I actually like that. I think it bends a nice amount. You can do a nice clean elbow to any other action figure. Really, really, really nice, I think. A bit stiff on the upper part towards the bicep for me personally. You can hear it there. Once more. There we go. A bit stiff. Both arms were like that. But I'd rather it be a little bit stiff than completely loose and then it's just not really usable after one or two turns. Then he's got the hand which can rock and then twist like so. No swivel on the cuffs of his gloves. Just to show you the gloves in detail a bit more. Looks nice. I do like his gloves. His hands are a little bit tiny though. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I feel his hands are a little bit on the tiny side for what should be a slightly bigger dude. Then onto his torso, he's got the upper crunch there. That actually came off previously, and as you can see, if you do it too much, you'll start getting scuffing up here, but hopefully it doesn't bother too many people. It's up to the top, it's up top, so it's covered anyway, but it can happen. Actually, the instructions also tell you that it would rub off around there, and then in his neck, and then also around his leg area, so keep that in mind. But yeah, mine came off, as you saw, but it attached quite simply too. So you can kind of crunch up to the top, but then he's got the full crunch, like so. You can tilt side to side. You can twist a little bit, but not too much. That's mostly down for the lower part of the waist, like so, going for the punch. And then, yeah, a little bit of a twist, leaning motion on the lower part as well. When you do lean him back, though, like so, you might get a bit of a gap where the belt is. I think this is pretty similar to the old Captain America as well, so it's not a huge deal. Happens on the other side if you lean forward. But you'll notice that it is loose there, and maybe that will bother you. But once you've got him posed on display, it shouldn't be too noticeable. Legs then, his legs do use the old method of pulling down for that extended range, which is good. I like that. His legs kind of do look a little bit short at times, in my opinion. It could be just me, and I don't know, my eyes playing tricks on me, but I just feel his legs can be looking a little bit too short. You can bring them up, like I said, pull them down, and you get a bit of better range for it. And then the knee bends like so, and then you get the knee cap. Sorry for the constant weird focusing this time around. I'm not sure what's going on, but bear with me. And then you can pull his legs apart like so. You can bring them apart, maybe get them a bit extra. So play around with that, see how far you can get. And then his ankle, by the way, there is no calf swivel. So no bicep swivel, no calf swivel, so that's really a bummer. The ankle is quite disappointing in my opinion. So he can lift his foot up like so, but he can't really point his foot outwards. So if you're going for like a long range kick kind of thing, well, he just can't point his foot out, and that's a bit weird. I don't remember the first Captain America doing that. Maybe the last one, the Civil War Captain America, was like that too. I didn't open it, so I'm not sure, but that's a bit annoying because of the heel. Get a close look, it just doesn't go back far enough. But he does have the ankle toe pivot. He can rock on the ankle though, but yeah, just not the full extended point. So that's a bit annoying. That pretty much covers Captain America though, in terms of articulation, and I've covered his design. So that's, yeah, Captain America Avengers Infinity War figure based on the movie likeness or based on Chuck Norris, however you want to call it. Do I recommend this figure? If you have previous Captain America figures, I think those are better. Those are actually the very first Captain America figure is probably one of my favorite figures that I owned that year, and still probably today is still one of my favorite figures because I think they did really well on that, and the outfit looked good, sculpting was amazing, etc., etc. This one I think is lazy. They cheaped out. I think the face likeness just could be so much better. The articulation could be a little bit better. That's great to have, but it would have been good to include the Wakandan shield as well. That's what people wanted, Wakandan shield, or even the normal old shield, or be battered up or whatever. The hands are kind of standard. It wasn't going to be a lot of hands that he came with, but yeah, he's very lacking in optional parts and just features, I find. So it's a pretty bare bones figure. If you can get him on the cheap, go for it. If you can't get him on the cheap, wait for him to go cheap. And then use your money in the meantime for maybe the other figures, which hopefully are good. I haven't opened them yet, but keep an eye on videos for that coming after this one. So that's Captain America. Next up will be Spider-Man, also from Avengers Infinity War. So thanks for watching. Do check out my channel for extra videos on S.H.Figuarts figures, Revoltech figures, Figma figures, some Nendoroids, and some random other merchandise in my collection. See you next time. Peace out.